Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time you are listening.
Welcome to Season 2, the season finale.
We are your hosts. I'm Olivia.
And I'm EC.
And this is Sparta Speaks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What is up? Welcome to the season finale of Season 2 of Sparta Speaks. We have a very special guest today, Mr. Johnson.
I don't understand what's so funny about that, but all right. Cool.
The whole thing is just so funny. We were just having a conversation about Dogman. Please enlighten us on your opinion on Dogman.
It's just Dogman's for every age. Like, who has not read all the books and seen the movie? And
Dogman is a dog of the people.
He is a Dogman of the people. That's correct.
According to Mr. Johnson. So there's your opinion on Dogman. We're super excited to record today. We've got a lot of things to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and jump in. So with this being the season finale, we're going to go a little into how we took over the podcast and all the things about Sparta Speaks. So I feel like it's not even like a fun story. How we took over the podcast.
It was kind of quick and kind of...
Yeah, we just like took it.
Yeah.
I got the blessing from Harper and Seth.
Well, yeah, why don't you start about how you had to do...
we had a podcast in here. So I'm in AV1, and we had a podcast here, and I was like, oh, this is so fun. Don't we have a podcast? And so then I was like looking on YouTube, and I was seeing that it wasn't being updated.
And were you looking on Spotify too?
I was looking on Spotify
right,
too.
sure. All right,
yes, I was.
Shout out Spotify.
Shout out Spotify. Shout out Anchor. Shout out the login that's lost in the cloud somewhere at Mr. Reed.
It's a login for the people, I guess.
Yeah, login for the people. No, apparently not me. I'm not people, apparently, because I don't get it. But yeah, we had a podcast in here. I was looking, and it wasn't updated. And so I was like, I think me and EC could be fun podcast hosts. So I asked to take it over, and now my whole life is revolving around Sparta Speaks at this point. Every week, all of my planning is dedicated to Sparta Speaks. So
yeah, Olivia puts in a lot of work. She plans episodes, she edits episodes. I'm really just here to have another voice, so it's not her talking to herself.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys don't be burdened by my voice the whole time. EC's here for the vibes.
That balance.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah, we need the balance. So that's kind of the story of taking over the podcast. And since then, I've also taken over the social media. We both have. And so we asked a couple days ago some questions that you would want to see us answer on the podcast. So we got some pretty funny responses, and I picked the best ones. I'm not going to say who asked the questions because I think how do you say that? Anonymity and not...
The anonymity?
Anonymity.
Yes, we're friends like those.
Yes. It's going to keep it funnier. So the first question that I saw is, will we ever get better lighting? I'm going to take a moment of silence with that. Because I feel like our lighting is not that bad.
No, I feel like we just need to have better use of the lighting that's in here.
I think it's me editing on...
could be.
Adobe. I fixed it last episode, but obviously I didn't fix it last episode because that question was still asked. So
You know it doesn't need lighting.
Bruh.
Spotify doesn't need lighting.
Okay,
but listen, this was last year when this whole AV lab was redone and everything. I mean, lighting in here is phenomenal.
I think it's good.
You just got to figure out the editing, I guess.
I think maybe we need that one. There's like a panel behind the camera.
There is a panel behind the camera that for some reason is pointed at the green screen back there.
I don't really know.
It's got its back to us, so.
I feel like it might be better if we could put the table like on the green screen, because then we could put like
that would actually be fine.
The lighting.
I just realized that we forgot to pull that curtain.
Oh, it's okay. Whoever's in the background of the class can see us. Because then the lighting's like facing towards the green screen anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
next year.
Yeah, next season 3, maybe we'll be behind the green screen. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is, would you rather have a torso?
What?
Would you rather have a torso the size of your legs or legs the size of your torso? I don't know if this means like the length of my legs or the diameter of my legs. And I feel like
it says length right there in there, though.
It says size.
Oh, okay. When I read it, I thought it said length. Okay, so I'm just...
Wait.
So I don't know I feel like that plays a very key role in how I answer this question.
I feel like it's supposed to be length.
I think it is length.
Okay. So which would you rather have?
So my legs, my torso is the length of my legs. No, I'd rather have my legs be the length of my torso.
Wait.
Well, if your torso is the length of your legs, that doesn't change the length of your legs, does it? You just become taller. That's what I feel.
If the torso becomes Yeah.
This is a real thinker.
Yeah. You would just be like a really tall, weirdly proportioned human.
Sure.
But you'd be a really short, weirdly proportioned human either,
Right.
like, on the other hand.
I feel like the easier way of asking this, which I don't know, maybe it's I don't know what they're trying to ask, but would you rather have like really long legs and a short torso, or really long torso and really short legs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the legs as the soccer coach. I'll take the legs.
I'd rather have long legs.
Yeah.
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 Very helpful in soccer.
Yeah. I think I have to agree. I don't know. That's just a strange question.
Yeah.
I thought I just had to put it in here because I was like,
Wait, who asked that?
Also, the
Interesting.
word torso.
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
You don't like the word torso?
No, it's just like an odd word.
Torso.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, keep saying it.
Torso.
Anyway.
Yeah, it is an interesting. I don't know if that's the anatomical term.
It is.
It is?
Sure.
Oh,
Why
I
wouldn't
thought
it
that
be?
was like a slang,
Okay.
you know? Because like
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's what the cool kids are saying. You know, torso.
torso. Guys, that is so torso. Okay. And then I should have like thought about this in depth, but what's your favorite memory from the podcast so far? We had kind of a short season because we started in what, January?
Yeah.
December, January? No,
It's only been like three months.
Yeah.
But my favorite memory is all the like behind the scenes stuff that happened
Yeah.
with Coach Sarah. All the stuff
Yes.
that didn't get captured.
Yeah, everything that didn't go in the podcast with Coach Sarah, that was the best part, I think. It was so much fun. That was such a pain in the butt to edit because we had to cut out like 30 minutes.
There were so many
of
parts
us
like
just talking.
okay, make sure you cut this part out.
Is it like bloopers or just?
No, it's
No,
just
it's
stuff that we
Stuff
can't
that shouldn't
like,
be said on a
published.
school podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
Like not like inappropriate, but just like about like
Sure.
people and like
naming names.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
the
it,
name
got it,
dropping,
got
the
it.
name dropping.
Got to protect the innocent at all
Exactly,
costs.
exactly. It can't go on the podcast. But we had a great time with Coach Sarah. I'm very looking forward very much to having her and Jenkins on the podcast. I think it'll be so much fun. That's a fantastic duo that I'm excited to
Yeah.
talk to. I don't know. I think my favorite memory on the podcast is probably Coach Lyon, honestly, like meeting Coach Lyon for the first time. Because
Yeah,
I've
that
never
was-
That was a great episode.
I've never met like a new like faculty member in that like in depth of a setting. Like
And
Mhm.
that's
I've never gotten to sit down with a new adult and like just hear their entire life
New
story.
adult,
Like, you know what I'm
like
saying?
you just became an adult.
Yeah, he just came out, guys.
Yeah.
No, like a new adult in my life.
Right.
And just like in this setting and like hear their like life story and then like ask them what their crash out of the week is. Like this
Yeah.
like grown man on the podcast. And I'm like, oh, what were you crashing out about this week? It's just so much fun.
Yeah, it's the best way to meet somebody new because it's not like small talk. It's like
Yeah, it's like actual
real
conversation.
things that you want to
Right.
know.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite memory.
And he quoted Wendell Berry, which is pretty impressive. Like,
And he knew Tuesdays with Maury.
yes.
Pretty fly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was a good episode.
We like a well-read football.
Oh,
coach.
yes, we do.
Definitely.
And yet again, Mitch Album has come up on the podcast.
Here we go. I mean,
At this point,
Has this been like how many? Is this the
every
eighth
single episode,
episode,
it's got to
seventh
be.
episode?
at some point
think-
you're just gonna have to get the sponsorship.
Yeah,
already.
please.
Just,
I need to
brought
shoot
to
him an
you in part
email.
by-
We'll just have like a
Shoot
little
him-
book
Brought to
day.
you by
right.
Mitch Album and his PR team.
Yeah.
No, is he still writing books?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
he
he's
just
still
came
on.
out with a new one.
Okay,
Did he?
we need to get like a PR package of like his new book and be like, Mitch Album, his new book, go read it. Even though I did that anyway, but
Yeah,
we can get
I mean,
the book for free, I guess.
Yeah, kill the Emily.
Even though I-
Is it Emily Hildebrand that you're reading a lot of these days?
Emily Henry.
Henry. Okay.
Emily Hildebrand.
Yeah, all right. She's another author, but all right.
No, Emily Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She's like book talk,
sure.
romance.
In a way that Mitch Album probably is not.
In a way
Okay.
that Mitch Album definitely is
Right.
not.
Coming up on
I-
Book Talk, here's Tuesdays with more. Like, oh.
Yeah, the vibe is definitely not there.
that's not the-
No, but the
that's
book
not
talk
the
girlies
vibe.
do need to get on Mitch Album because
I know there needs to be like a spectrum between like
know
Emily
when-
Henry and
Yeah, you know when my like year of relaxation and or do you know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
When
talking
that
about.
was like trending and all the girls were like, "I'm so philosophical with this book." That we did do that, but like with Mitch Album, that used to be like the trend.
Maybe they all secretly read it. They just don't want to bring
They just
it
don't
to
talk
book
about
talk.
it. Yeah,
Right.
Maybe.
So they're afraid of being accepted as a Mitch Album reader.
Well, it's
like,
okay. We're Mitch Album readers.
Maybe everybody's a Mitch
I
Album
need a
reader.
pin that says I'm a Mitch Album
Yeah,
reader.
I
There
need
we
like
go.
a shirt. I need something to show the girlies that I read Mitch Album.
The girlies. Okay.
I
Yeah.
love him so much. Okay. And how has this season grown us as people?
Oh my gosh. You go first.
I think when I saw this question, I was just thinking about like the way, this is gonna sound so corny, but like the way that I interact with people, like it's definitely changed it, and I think it's definitely made me like a better listener, and
That's what I was gonna say.
really, and like interact better with people, and also like kind of public speaking, but it's just made me like more curious about people's like backstory and how like the way that they live their life changes the way that like where they end up and like all that kind of stuff. Like kind of like the butterfly effect, how people talk about that on TikTok. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like I just think about like the way that people get like placed in different areas of life and how all their things affect them. So I think it's definitely made me more curious, a better listener, and a better speaker. So
Well, maybe I should have gone first. You just stole everything I
I
was
just
gonna
took
say.
everything you were gonna say.
But yeah, I've never been the most talkative person. I know both of y'all know that. So I feel like it's helped me like grow and try to be more confident just with what I'm saying and how I talk to people. And also, like you said, just being a better listener and making sure that we're actually like hearing other people's stories and know that everybody else has their own life. It's not like they're like characters in
They're
yours.
just side characters in mine. Yeah. I feel like I've definitely like seen you like open up better here than I have like in other facets of life. Like you'll like ask a question that's not on the thing and I'm like, oh wow, EC's like actually
go.
here. Look at you go.
Going off script.
Yeah. Just improving it up. Yes, that's one of my favorite things about the podcast, how it changed us both. Okay, so looking towards the future of Sparta Speaks, we are open to all of the suggestions. We're still new, obviously, and so we want to give you what you want to hear. So, I mean, obviously you know our current segments, but give us new ones, give us new questions to ask, new segments to put our guests through the ringer, if you will. Oh, that would be a fun segment, the ringer. I don't know what it would consist of, but the ringer. We put you through the ringer. Anyway. Yes, new segment ideas, please. But the plan for season 3 is that it's continued in the same format and just new, better segments that our fans suggested. So that's the plan. And I'm so excited to start planning for season 3. It'll be a good time. Okay, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Olivia Swaffer. Okay.
Your burning questions for the day.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, who is your favorite Spice Girl?
So I thought about this. Not as much as I thought about the Taylor Swift question coming up.
Oh yeah, I figured that would send you into a
definitely-
deep
It
thought.
like took up a lot of my 7th period yesterday
Yes.
thinking about that.
Yes.
I have to go with Posh. I'm gonna tell you why I gotta go with Posh
Wait,
because
I know them by like what they wear, not by their names.
Yeah.
Which one is Posh?
What's
she's the one married to David Beckham,
Okay, but like what is
Oh
her,
yeah,
like,
yeah, I know who you're talking
Victoria something or other.
But like what's her like uniform?
about. What's her
like-
uniform? Spice
I don't
Girl.
know. She's,
Because like there's the one in like the flag dress, and then there's the one that like
Oh yeah, wait, let's see.
why don't you pull up the image because I don't know. I picked Posh because she's married to David Beckham and I'm a soccer fan,
And you just like
and
it.
so that's the connection. But you know, having actually grown up when the
I don't.
yes,
think
that's her, Victoria Beckham,
Okay, okay.
as it turns out.
As it turns
As it turns out, she did take Beckham's last name.
Yeah, she did.
But you know, having grown up when I think I was in high school when the Spice Girls were big, and that was, you know, not my music so much. I know it's hard to imagine.
You didn't listen to the Spice Girls?
No, you didn't hear me. Like
That wasn't your music?
everybody
I can't
listened.
believe it.
Everybody listened to the Spice Girls because they were everywhere, and you could not get away from them. But yeah, not
That wasn't
not
your music
intentionally.
taste, is that what
I
you're
know,
saying?
It's shocking.
I
isn't
am
it?
shook.
I know. Just cut the podcast right now. I don't
Honestly.
think we can have any more content.
Needle is
here.
off the record. I
Right,
am
truly.
I'm
truly.
baffled.
I'm shocked these lights are still functioning. as
Apparently not well
as well
enough.
as they are. As
Yeah,
well as they
apparently
are.
not well
yeah.
enough.
So anyway, that's it. She married a
Wow.
soccer player. You know,
Yeah.
good for her.
For her. Okay, wow, that's really good. Okay, so in between, I've sandwiched the philosophical question in between the fun
okay.
questions.
Okay.
So, well, actually, I mean, I can ask you the funny question if you have a good response.
You know, I'm here for about 20 more minutes. Like, you know,
Mr. Johnson's running a tight shift.
unfortunately, you know, I had all day, but then y'all had to take the
Correct.
A-push
I
exam
got-
today, which we're not allowed to talk about
I got forced into
because
it.
it's in the 24-hour window. So we're not going to talk about that. You
Won't
just
talk
took
about it. I just took it, period.
You wore your Americana.
Yeah,
today,
sorry, I
so
can't hear
good.
you over the sound of freedom ringing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now you're free from A-push. So
I am free.
until, what is
Free.
it, July 5th maybe when scores come out?
I don't know.
Okay.
Not soon enough.
Maybe the 6th. I don't know.
I need my SAT scores to come too. Shout
Yeah.
out College Board. Please lock in.
I mean,
Please lock in. They are so unbelievably unlocked. It is
it's
not
crazy.
even funny.
It's crazy.
Okay, back to the questions.
Okay.
How has being a teacher changed the way that you parent?
So I think what's crazy is that the opposite is more true. Parenting has changed
Changed the
my
way you
teaching a lot more. And if you want real details on that, you can go see Miss Smith over on the light blue hall, who had me before in class before my daughter was born, and now obviously is a colleague. But parenting, opens up the whole other world of the child to you, so that you see what they're like at home, and kind of what they struggle with, what they really are successful at, and all of that. And so that helps to kind of round out the students. And so, of course, before my 10-year-old was born, it was all about deadlines and making sure that things were turned in on time, and my class is the most important. And there's still a little bit of that. I can't let go completely of my
Still a lot
personality.
Of it of
But I feel like there's a lot more room for the whole student in my classroom, which I hope comes through to them. But that's it. And then, frankly, knowing what high schoolers can be like, in some ways you have to parent in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course you want them to grow up and host a podcast on YouTube, but it just be really well-rounded kids. But
Imogen, lock in. You're
Right.
the next Sparta Speaks host.
okay, she would do it. I think
And it would
why-
probably be 10 times better. Why is
should
she
have
not
her-
sitting
yeah.
right
that's
here?
that's a great. Well, she's
She
in
needs
school
to
right
be.
now.
Well,
As
okay,
a
but
This is more.
Sparta Speaks
This is
is
making her a
as much
well-rounded.
as much as you suffered through the APUSH exam today, she had.
Who said I suffered? You can't talk about that.
She
I
had.
didn't suffer.
I
just
just
took it.
all I said was you took it.
I just took it. You just said I suffered.
It was what, like a 3.5 hour
just-
exam? How's that not suffering?
That's true.
Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, so she was taking milestones today. So it's like
Queen.
last day of milestones for her.
Yes, PTO.
And so Coach Galt was in here, I think, on the last episode. His wife has agreed to kidnap her and take her for ice cream today, so that's really super fun. Yeah, she's excited. I hope she gets her flip flops. She was, she was excited to switch from the Croc sport modes that they force her to wear
yes.
at school, because you got to have a heel.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a heel. Yeah.
To her
For
flip
heel
flops
being
for
free.
ice cream. Yeah.
Free Imogen's heel.
right. Oh gosh.
Free Imogen's heel. No,
I mean,
love
truly,
that.
shout out for you, pronouncing the name correctly. And,
Imogen?
Yeah.
What do they say?
We
Like
get a little
Imogen?
Imogen. When she was dedicated at church, the guy who should have known better, because he, should have known better, is like Imogen.
when she was
Logan.
dedicated
She was
at
dedicated
church.
at church.
Does that cook you in some form or fashion for the rest of your
And we don't go to that church anymore, so I'm not saying that's part of it, but it's not part of it.
What did they say? Imogen?
Imogen.
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 Yes.
Yes.
Because why would I ask the parent how to pronounce their name
Correct.
before I dedicate their
Correct.
child?
And shout
the
out to this
church?
pastor. I mean, he was doing his best. But, also he drank bone broth, so he should have known the hipster name,
right.
But anyway,
Drank
that's fine.
Bone broth.
Yes, he's one of those guys.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yummy in my tummy.
Nothing better than
I'm
bone broth.
salivating at the
right?
thought, guys.
Mm.
Yuck. That's gross.
Maybe that should be a thing. You
We drink bone broth on the
just-
podcast?
yeah.
Are we serious?
Just
That's
do
a
an
new,
episode
new
where
drink.
you-
Forget
where you
Alani's.
taste test bone broth.
Yeah, forget Alani's. What's your favorite flavor of bone broth?
Are there different flavors? I don't know.
I don't know. If you put
Okay.
artificial flavoring in it, I guess you can have
Okay.
flavored bone broth.
Okay. Wow.
what
Artificially
are we
flavored
talking
bone
about,
broth. How did
actually?
we
It's
get
like the Utah
off on
malls
this
with their
tangent?
sodas and all the
Yeah, the water, they're
flavors.
with the pumps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's literally
exactly.
me with bone broth.
Exactly.
I just love it so much. Okay. If Taylor Swift was a Shakespearean work, which would she be?
Now this truly sent me into a tailspin.
Sent you into
Deep
orbit,
thought.
truly.
It did truly. It just disengaged from everything I was thinking about.
Of course. I felt so accomplished when I wrote this question. I was like, this is the most Mr. Johnson question I could ever ask.
Okay, let me Mr. Johnson it up a little more.
Okay.
Which era of Taylor Swift are we talking about?
Oh my
goodness.
goodness. Just you can choose.
No,
Oh.
you can't, because she's completely different
That
from
is
self-titled
true.
all the way through Tortured Poets.
That is true.
So
I don't know.
put you on the spot with that one.
Give me what's a good middle? Like Lover?
Yeah, Lover's a good one.
Okay.
So everybody thinks Romeo and Juliet's a love story.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
for
true.
a couple acts it is. There's
But
all the
not
love
really.
poetry. So I think Lover is like early Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Not so much the
Up
end
until-
where the murders and the
Yes.
unaliving begins. But
Well, I guess wouldn't that one? Which one has Romeo and Juliet on it?
see, I feel like that was too easy though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
too.
that's got Fearless. I think has.
What
the
about
song
what about
Romeo and Juliet.
Reputation?
Reputation is definitely Othello. Okay, so Othello.
I like how he had that unlocked.
I've got
Wait,
little
what about-
notes.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to come ready.
What about
Mr. Gall and Mr. Johnson had the note.
I mean, you send us in here to be prepared. We're going to be prepared.
True. The goats, truly.
Yeah. So Othello is like he's trying to become this general guy like in the army, and he's got this guy who's really super jealous of him, Iago, and Iago's like talking in his ear about how he's never going to become anything, and it eventually leads Othello to, spoiler alert, that's 500 years old. So
Lock in.
Othello kills his wife.
Oh, T.
And so, I feel like that would really fit the
Yeah.
Reputation album. Yeah. Also, Othello has a really terrible ending to it where Iago just kind of gets away with it and just saunters off stage. And I feel like that's got the Reputation TV version
Yeah.
to it where it's like, where's Rep TV?
Yeah.
Like, I need her to lock in,
don't-
honestly.
please
Like,
lock in.
where are the vault tracks for Reputation? Because
I like how I've seen like throughout the course of the last like year, I've seen like every 6 months someone is like convinced that it's coming,
my
then-
wife clowns like that.
and then it just doesn't.
And calls it clowning. She's
And they'll,
"Oh,
like,
here's some Taylor Swift clowning.
They'll like swear on their life that it's that night, and
And they have put 3 details together from the most
literally
random
obscure
places,
things. And they're like,
like-
it has to mean something.
right.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Very, very Mr. Johnson
I don't
question.
know about those, but yeah.
We can't see it on the camera, but I have put in bold recent favorites books
Wait, hang
in
on.
all capital.
Before we get there, you were going to ask me something about biotechnology.
Oh my god!
And okay, so it's the question from Old
From Old
School,
School,
right?
yeah.
Where Luke Wilson answers it and then passes out.
Yeah.
And then you were shocked that like I didn't know the Old School reference. And so here's my Will Ferrell theory. I think everybody has their Will Ferrell movie because Will Ferrell plays essentially the same character in every movie.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes he plays basketball, sometimes he's a news anchor,
Sometimes he's an elf.
sometimes he's an like
Absolutely.
seriously. I mean, watch. Okay, and so everybody's got their Will Ferrell movie. So
Yeah.
yours might be old school. I don't know.
Mine is not old school. Papa Swaff's is old school.
Okay, Papa
This
Swaff's
is
is old
purely
school.
Papa
That's great.
Swaff.
There we go.
His hand at work. He's
Is he writing this podcast for you? Because
he
that's
was
2 questions
he's
giving you.
influencing me. He was
Okay.
sitting on the couch next to me while I was writing the podcast, and I was like, Mr. Johnson is just such a wait. Is nuance mean like complicated?
Sure.
Okay, such a nuanced being, and so I was like, I don't even know what to ask. Like, there's so many questions I could ask.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you should ask this question, and he's like our most dedicated viewer. I'll walk into
Sure.
the living room and it's playing. He's like, shh, shh, I have 3 minutes left, and it's me talking
Right,
on this like.
right.
So
Okay.
I just figured
well, good for him.
I just
So
figured
that's
I'd let him
his
have his-
that's his Will Ferrell movie.
yes, that's his.
And some are like stepbrothers, so they'll be like, oh, so much room for activities, but because they set the
Oh, so
they
much
set
room.
the bunk beds up.
Yep.
But mine's Anchorman, so that's the Will Ferrell movie for
Yeah.
me. There
Slay,
you go.
slay.
That's why I didn't recognize the question.
So we'll never know his position on the role of government in the. I don't even.
So what I will say is that I got on the old IMDb
Oh yes.
and looked up the question and Luke Wilson's character's response.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong. For all the kids out there, he's not wrong about
not
the
wrong.
government's role in biotechnology.
In biotechnology.
Hopefully, Papa Swaff,
There's your answer. Dad.
he's a biotechnologist himself, isn't he?
That is not a biotechnologist. He's an engineer.
An engineer.
He is.
Okay.
He's a
And,
civil
enough.
engineer.
and what does he engineer?
He's a civil engineer. He
Okay.
engineers the water. He tells the water where to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like that
Well,
guy in
I guess
Avatar.
that's where I got the biotechnology because I knew he worked with water, but
Yeah.
I guess more civil engineer than anything. Okay.
Yeah, he's like that guy in Avatar. He looks like he's going to go do a corporate job, and then he goes and he's like, he's
It's
bending
just-
the water.
This is his whole job. This is why he went to, what school did he go to?
He went to now it's Kennesaw, but it used to.
Oh, he went to Kennesaw State to do this.
Southern Poly.
Go Owls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he was not an owl. No hootie hoo in his realm.
Okay.
He was
Not
a.
even
I don't
from
even know what
Outcast?
they were. Southern Poly. What were they?
I don't. The
don't know.
engineers, I would imagine.
Dad.
I mean,
Dad.
what's your? Do they have a team at Solly?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't believe so. But yeah, that's where he went, and that's what he does now.
Mathletes.
Yeah, the mathletes. He's a mathlete. Okay. Now recent favorites.
Okay.
Books specifically.
Okay, so you can't just read one book.
Of course
So I'm
not.
reading like 2, maybe 3 different books.
At one time, yes.
Yes, one is called Pax, and
Okay.
so that's the Latin word for peace, and it's about ancient Rome's transition from, like
Literally the Roman Empire.
literally Roman Empire stuff.
Literally Roman
and
Empire.
so it's their transition from wartime to peacetime, and kind of the Caesars that took over that and all of that. Destruction of the temple in Jerusalem,
Wow, this is
takes
so
place.
slay. Yes.
And then every couple of years, I decide I'm just going to read this like 800,000 page book. Choose a different one. It just takes me however long.
800,000.
800 to 1,000.
Okay.
Sorry. And so this year it's going to be David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. Yeah, so it's very good. He grows up in poverty. It's a lot about actually Charles Dickens' life. So, Roman Empire and Charles Dickens. That's,
Love that. Love to hear it.
And the Bible in a year. And so now
yes.
I'm cruising towards the end of Second Chronicles, which
Ooh.
let me tell you something. That is where Bible in a year plans go to
die.
That's 100%.
If you make it through like Deuteronomy,
Yes.
Exodus, Leviticus, if you
Yes.
make it through there, then
And
Chronicles
then
is where it goes
Numbers,
to die.
and then
Numbers is hard too.
yes. So I'm praying to get to the Psalms.
Lamentations is rough too.
Yeah, but it's short.
It is short.
It is.
But I just every year I get there and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just like sad for like the whole book.
Well, but God
because
wants
it's
you.
laments,
God
but-
wants you to know that you can
Yes,
be sad,
it's
and
fine, but my flesh does
Right.
not like it.
Correct.
It's fantastic.
Because
for
you
my-
literally are like, how long, Lord? And then he's, 6
Yeah.
chapters. I
He's
don't know
like,
how long
yeah,
Lamentations
literally.
is, but it's, you'll be okay.
It's close, yeah.
Yeah.
Have
But I
a-
figured, yeah, go ahead.
Have a nap and a snack. No, that was literally just my.
I was gonna say, 3 to 4 chapters a day will get you through the Bible in a year.
Yep.
So it's pretty good.
It will.
Easy reading.
It's
especially-
easy, except when you're in like Genesis and like your 3 to 4 chapters is like thousands of pages long. Not really, but like kind of. It feels like it's forever. Especially when it's like, this person is this person's son. All the genealogies.
yeah.
And I know I've
Yeah.
gotten so far
Yeah.
into like the exegesis of genealogies and how they mean things and how we can apply them, but the flesh, it always wins. I just don't like it.
It truly does. It's truly tough.
Yeah.
But then you get into First and Second Chronicles, and they'll like list this king Jehoshaphat or whatever, and it's like, is he going to do right in the Lord's eyes or
Yeah.
not? And you're like, this is going to be a tough little
Yeah.
row
Tough
here
thing to get
for
through.
my guy.
Okay, busy man, busy places, people to
Okay.
see, people to teach.
Oh gosh.
Mr. Johnson's almost done.
Yeah.
Time with Mr. Johnson is almost done.
Okay, well, like 10 minutes, we're good.
That's true. That's true.
10.
Okay. Recent favorites. I'm reading Amos right now, of like the Bible.
Oh, Old Testament. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I was like,
And it's pretty fi. I actually had ChatGPT make my color code
oh, here we go.
based on the themes of the book, and
Mm-hmm.
so my little highlight. It's actually really like that sounds nerdy and stupid, but like it actually is really nice.
Yeah.
Because it's like a visual representation of not only like the themes in the book, but like how they change throughout the whole thing. Like you can literally
Sure.
see it in color. So it's actually
There you go.
in color by Jamie Johnson. It's actually really good.
Great song.
Yes.
Great song.
I just remembered the song. But yeah, that's my recent book. What's your recent book? We just talked about this last week, so
I've been-
probably not.
I've
much
been
changed.
slacking a little bit with reading,
Yeah.
but the most recent book I'm only like 10 pages in is People You Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry.
Yes, Emily Henry.
I started reading it at work.
I thought it was another like Mitch Albom, like, the 5 people we meet in heaven or something.
Yeah, people you meet on vacation.
People You Meet on Vacation.
Turns out vacation is heaven.
But yeah, that's it. I don't know what's.
Did your mom read it?
She bought it.
Oh,
She didn't read it.
okay. Slay.
No shade.
So
Well, let me know how it goes. Beach trips will be needing. I read Beach Read, and that's like the one that you have to read. And then she doesn't have any other like summer ones really besides that one, and I haven't read it. So let me know how she goes.
this is like the 5th time that I've like
Started
started
to
trying to
read
read,
it,
like
yeah.
trying to read it, but
Yeah, I think the beginning is slow. I've heard that.
Do you and your mom share a lot of books?
except for the Mitch Albom ones.
Can't
No,
get her,
didn't she
can't
read-
get her to be a Mitch Albom.
She
girl?
read Five People We Meet in Heaven, right?
She was the one that recommended it
Yeah.
to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, "Ah, I know. I think about Kim when I think about that book.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. Crash Out
Oh my gosh.
of the week, everyone's favorite segment.
Okay. Yeah.
My plan was to talk about the AP exam, but I'm assuming College Board will have a knife at my throat, so I took
Listen,
the
they
AP
have
exam.
agents everywhere.
Yeah, they probably listen to this podcast.
And you don't want to invalidate everybody's exam
Exactly.
score.
So because that would really do it.
It would.
Me talking poorly about it would really invalidate everyone's score.
talking about it at all. I don't even know why we're still on the subject.
Yeah, I really,
We're going to have to edit this out.
they're gonna come get me. So yeah, that can't be my crash out of the week. I am happy to report that my typical crash out of the week is not a crash out this week because I found out that I finished college English with an A.
Hey, how about that?
And I was very,
Discovered those strong verbs.
yeah, I really did. Those power verbs, yeah, really got them in there. Anyway, yeah, I was hoping for more than a 90.2. But
Hey, an A is an A is an
an
A.
A is an A is an A, and I'm okay with it. So yeah.
Good.
You had a lot of factors working against you.
I did, and my number one factor was my professor. I don't know what I did to him, but him and his receding hairline gave me my A, and they can go. So,
okay.
yeah, boom, roasted.
Wow.
Bring that
got
back.
him.
Anyway, EC, what's your crash out of the week?
My crash out of the week. I don't think I have one. This whole week has been a
Oh,
little
girl
rough.
world, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
honestly,
everything
like,
that's wonderful.
No, it's just all been
Nothing but blue
equally
skies over here.
equally as bad. So there's not one thing that's like worse. Than
Oh, okay. All right. We're at that point in the school year, I guess.
just
Yeah.
after
She's like,
this
everything
week,
sucks, so nothing specific.
It's
after
actually
this
dark
week-
skies.
Yeah.
And storms approaching.
Yeah.
Right.
after this week, I'll be Monday. No, Monday I have an AP test. No, Tuesday I have my AP test.
Oh, for pre-cal?
Monday I
Yeah, you're
have
cooked.
a full year in review test. I'm gonna fail both of those.
Oh,
Wow.
at least
But
we're optimistic.
After Tuesday, life is gonna be amazing.
Okay, good. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I just gotta get past this week and then Tuesday.
You know what is good this week? I don't think we'll have to. Well, it's good depending on how you look at it. I don't think we'll have to work this weekend.
I was looking at that. I was so
Yeah,
excited.
but I'm also not excited because I need money. But
Well, yeah.
rip Jim and shout out to Jim, my coworker Jim. I love him so much. He's so iconic. He is ex-military and he cannot sit still for 10 minutes. So like, and our work
One
is
of
very
those.
our
Got
work
it.
is very slow. Like it's just the
all
nature
we
of
do
it.
is just sit there.
We literally just sit there, and so I'm sitting there like I'm watching Gilmore Girls. I'm doing schoolwork.
As one does.
And he's like, I'm going with the weed whacker again. Let me know if you need me. And so he runs out and he has to leave.
runs out with the weed whacker is crazy.
Yes, I love him so much. Okay, anyway.
know.
Yeah, that's my king.
There
Shout
you
out,
go.
Jim.
King
What's your crash
Jim.
out of the week?
Can I talk about an avoided crash out?
Yeah.
Okay, so
We dodged
shout
a
out
bullet.
to the College Board getting all three responses related to crash outs. So we're approaching, AP testing, and so
Yes.
the AP Lang kids have
Consider
their-
it approached for
It's
me.
approached.
Yeah.
Can't spell it without AP. So we have the AP Lang exam on Wednesday.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to get them to do some practice tests and all
Yeah.
of that. But the lockdown browser on our Chromebooks
Uh-huh.
was not functioning for 4 or 5 kids, and they kept walking up. I was
yes.
like, okay, I'm about to. This is.
The children, they're
I'm about to
making me
just-
do my job.
Well, it's College
Oh.
Board. It's the
Yeah,
College
that's true.
Board and their AP Classroom
Wait,
website.
lockdown browser
which
is College Board?
They have their own.
Oh, okay.
Which is what I'm saying. They have agents everywhere. They have their own lockdown
Yes.
browser
Yes.
that apparently you have to download or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But well, I do know now because I figured it out and
Yeah.
avoided the crash out.
Certified
But
IT,
There were a couple
AP,
of students, at my desk, like, hey, I can't get this to work, whatever. And then a third, and then a fourth, and one started to get up, and I was like, just sit down. Let me figure this out. So I figured it out, and it was fine, and we avoided the crash out. And
Wow,
then
problem
everybody took
solver.
their,
This is truly, we embody the IB, the I squared, problem solving.
Sure.
We're just too good.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. if you're-
Yeah. So if you're, looking to avoid crashing out, maybe the College Board is one to avoid.
The College Board.
Hey, that bell's going to have a bunch of freshmen at my door.
That bell is going to have a bunch of freshmen at your door. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Hey, thank you for
Thank
having
you
me
so
on.
much.
We love to see it. Love to see
Hey,
it.
maybe
We're talking about Shakespeare.
Galt and I could be like
A duo?
3 seasons
a
in a
dynamic
row.
duo? Yeah.
Well, he was on season 1, I was on season 1.
That's true.
And so,
Yeah.
back when it was on Spotify.
And they're talking to us. They're yelling at us.
Hang on.
They are for sale in Miss Dean Jewelry,
Something is for sale.
Something is for sale.
That's correct.
1100. Chick-fil-A for sale.
Chick-fil-A for sale
Ah.
from Miss Dean, I believe is what I heard.
Okay.
Okay, I doubt this will be edited in time.
You're free to go.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Edited in time for this. Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Thanks for
All
being
right.
on the pod.
Hey, thanks for having me. Good
Love to
luck
see it.
with the rest of the season
Oh,
finale.
of course.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
with your freshmen.
Yes, but yeah, we've thoroughly enjoyed season 2. Loved it so much. This has been a very, like I said, a very integral part of my life for the past year. I put my whole heart, soul. EC also put her whole heart, soul, and mind into this. We prepare your questions. We do all the things, and we're so grateful for this opportunity and so grateful that we get to do our senior year. We get to have the whole year
Yeah.
and leave our. I think this is such a fun way to like leave like a legacy. Like
Yeah.
my kids can
Yeah,
watch
these
my
are
podcast.
going to be on YouTube forever.
Yeah, isn't that
They're never
crazy?
going away.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, digital footprint. And we just did ASMR with a Chick-fil-A cookie. Yeah, kids, I was so cool in high school. Anyway, so yes, we're so excited for what's to come. Thank you for watching. We wouldn't be here without any viewers. So thank you for watching. And we're so excited to continue the podcast.
Yep.
And as always,
have a great day or not. The choice is
the
yours.
choice is yours. And as always,
Go
go Spartans!
1,